Cultural differences between Australian employers and Filipino remote workers. One thing to know straight off the bat is that they're very hierarchy in nature. I think it's back in those colonial days that they've still got that kind of structure. There is this whole thing about saving face because they're so relationship focused. They value relationships, they're relationship orientated, and they don't want to look silly in front of their colleagues and stuff. The opinions of colleagues and friends and stuff is very important. They also make a lot of, they make friendships happen very fast. So often when you put a team together, they all of a sudden form amazing friendships straight away. Again, the cultural things to be aware of regarding the Filipinos is they're non-confrontational. So it means you have to listen to what they're not saying just as much as what they are saying. You've got to be paying attention to the clues of what's not spoken. Many times I get to understand what they're feeling and thinking by what they're not saying. So they're not going to be straight up to you. You're the big boss, and so in the hierarchy of standard, they won't openly confide to you all the time. The other thing too is to be mindful is that because they don't want to displease you, sometimes, and this is a weakness that you've got to be mindful of, is that they won't bring problems to you because they want to have the peace, and so this is a concern that you have to work through. But this is why they love KPIs and standards and stuff. So you'll do really well in terms of working with them if you have a structure in place. As I said before, the Filipinos do love feedback. The other thing to be mindful of about the Filipino people is that they have such a strong codependency on each other and family members. So family comes first above all else. So if there's a family problem, it's everyone's problem. So that's just something to be mindful of, because often if there's a whole family of say 5 people and there's one breadwinner gets a chance to take one kid to school, and then all of a sudden that kid who's educated gets a job and is working with you, you've got to understand that they're the breadwinner looking after the whole family. They've got a lot of family pressures and obligations. So hence why family comes first above all else. It's a great attribute, and I personally respect their family values, and I'm inspired by their family values, and I'm driven to want to support them to support their families.